It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Tamika Cartwright, and I'm so excited that you have joined us today. It's Friday. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful week. I know I did. I spent most of my time this week supporting Team Bahamas at the beach soccer event that was happening this week. It's been so much fun. If you hadn't had a chance to go out, the Team Bahamas has made it to the semifinals, so you want to make sure and check them out on Saturday, and then the finals is on Sunday. So great stuff going on there. The event is happening at the Beach Soccer Stadium, which is just at the bottom of the foot of the bridge. Games on Saturday is 6 o'clock and also at 8 o'clock. So make sure that you're there. Bring your rag, bring your flag, and come on, let's cheer on Team Bahamas. They're doing a great, great job. Speaking of great things, we also have coming up in a couple days, we've got the Bahamas Business Outlook. It's the Eleuthera Business Outlook happening on April 3rd and also April 4th. On day 1, we're going to be in Central and South Eleuthera, and on day 2, we'll be in North Eleuthera, Harbor Island, and Spanish Wells. So we are celebrating the theme, prioritizing inclusive and sustainable growth. Make sure that you register a TCL Events group. So another fun event happening there for you. And we have got a full house today. We've got the Comets in the house. That's right. I'm wearing my green to help celebrate them. They are the BAISS champions. The QC Comets are here. I'm excited to talk to them a little bit later. And we'll also be talking with the team from the National Training Agency. They're also here as well. So great show for you. And then, of course, we're also going to be talking a little bit about menopause with Dr. Inga Pratt. And we'll be reviewing our segment on the measles with Dr. Carlos Thomas. But before all of that, let's take a look at weather with Mr. Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Tammy. Good morning, Bahamas. Your first look at weather at sunrise. We do have a little ridge of high pressure that's dominating the weather across the islands. That's bringing about warm temperatures, also dry and stable conditions. But we have a cold front that should move here sometime on Monday afternoon. In your weather today, lots of sunshine. On the warm side, your high temperature 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, a few patchy clouds around. On the cool side, your low going under 67 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 85 and 78. In Jamaica, 88 and 75. In Trinidad, 87 and 74. On the Turks and Caicos Islands, 83 and 69. Across North America, Atlanta, 73 and 58. In Boston, 51 and 43. In Miami, 77 and 69. Dallas, Texas, 77 and 56. And Toronto, Canada, 51 and 43. As a good weekend, nice weekend start weather-wise. For that beach soccer, lots of sunshine, warm temperatures. But by Monday, another cold front moves in here. Have a slight chance of some showers and isolated on the Poplar, Grand Bahama, Abu Bimini on Monday, late Monday morning, the afternoon hours. Of course, New Providence by Tuesday morning. And then we have some breeze picking up with some advisory being posted starting next week, Tuesday. Temperature daytime will be in the low 80s, at nighttime, upper 60s. That puts around your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Tommy.
Thanks, Godfrey. Joining us this morning to tell us a little bit about what's happening at the National Training Agency are Bridget Ferguson, Executive Director, and Ione Hepburn, Assistant Director. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm loving the energy early this morning. I love it. I love it.
Because we're just excited to be here. Every day is a good day to talk about the National Training Agency.
Yes.
And it feels like it was just the other day.
I know.
When we were sitting right here.
That's right.
With another colleague talking about what we will talk about today.
Yes.
Because it's now happening.
Okay.
But I am so pleased. First of all, I want to salute you and June and the team of phenomenal women. We're still celebrating women.
Yes.
So I want
Yes.
to say hoo-hoo
Thank
to all
you.
the lovely ladies associated with this fine organization.
Yes.
And to say a special hello and to salute the lovely ladies of the National Training Agency.
Awesome.
From Christabel Sanders in Exuma and Forbes in Grand Bahama, to all the lovely ladies at headquarters, Katie, Duncombe, and gee, you know, you get in trouble when you start calling names.
I know. I was listening, I'm like,
I
"Ooh,
had
don't
better
forget."
stop.
Don't
because
forget
there's
anyone.
a number of ladies. So,
Aw.
and to our board chair, Agatha Marcel, and the lovely ladies on the board
Yes.
of the National Training Agency.
Yes.
But I'm particularly proud this morning to introduce magnificent
Yes.
assistant director in the person of Ione Hebburn, who is on secondment to the agency, and she comes packing
Okay.
a mighty punch.
Okay.
Because there are three main areas of specialization for her, but she's going to be focusing really on one in particular, but the other add-ons will also add value.
Okay.
She has a tremendous HR background, training background, and mental health wellness as well.
Okay. Okay.
But she is focusing primarily on our core program, our core product, Workforce Readiness, our MWPP program, which is in session now. And so without further ado, I want to turn this over to Ione to speak, if she wishes, just add a little more about herself, whatever she wishes to do,
Yes.
and then just get into the meat of the matter.
Absolutely.
So Ione, you're on.
Okay, thank you, Madam Edie. As she said, I do have a number of skills, but as Ms. Marcel always say, I don't want to be important, I want to be doing important things.
Important things, oh, I love that.
Exactly. And so what's important is our people, our participants in the training, as she mentioned. And we have, the last time I think Edie was here along with another staff member, they were talking about its beginning. Well, the first day I entered into the agency is the beginning of the program. And so we're like 2 weeks, as a matter of fact, this is Friday, so this is the end of the second week.
Okay.
And we're excited, we're doing a lot of things. Oftentimes we say that training is something that people do in the meantime as they're looking for something else. But for training, for us, as we talk about job readiness, is not just to help you get there, but to stay there. 85% of career success is based on soft skill training and human skills. So we are about making sure that when our people leave NTA, they are ready, they stay ready, and they understand exactly what job success really means. And so that's what we're doing there.
I love that. And I mean, it seems like they are lucky to have you all as well. Because I'm feeling the energy, the excitement, the enthusiasm. I'm like, hey, I probably need to go check out this training agency too.
And you can feel the energy in the space.
Yes.
We started with just over 100 young people, and already they are opening up. They're talking, and Ione is interfacing with them, along with the other team members in the registration department. But it is almost an all hands on deck for the agency because we all buy into this. We understand the impact nationally on making our workforce stronger.
Yes.
And as you know, we have a particular demographics that we work with, 16 through 26, and some folks, that's the group where they may be underskilled, would have left high school without not too many accreditations in their hands, certificates in their hands. So this is another opportunity for them to upskill and to have a skill that they can take to the market and use and be productive.
That's awesome. I love that. So tell us a little bit about the program itself.
So as you know, the program, as Edie said, the program is about well, 16 to 26. And what happens is we bring them in. We have 4 weeks of soft skills training, and that takes you to attitude, values, workplace, I guess policies, anything that you can think that are soft skills that we do to prepare them to let you know this is what you need to be a great employee on the job. And then from there, there's 10 weeks more of job training. So we have a number of training providers that they go out to, and I guess we have from housekeeping, we have office procedures, we have business application, we have, and Bridget, you can jump right in there, okay? We have a number of other things that they do, and so they go to those training providers, and once they are done there, some of them will stay, I guess, if the training providers has the space. Others will go to other people, and now we help them with job placement so that they have some place to go. Now,
And what
go
is
ahead.
also of note, the providers also provide internship opportunities because we partner with different sectors, different industries, and a mandatory part of the 10-week discipline training is 2 weeks, mandatory 2 weeks of internship, and in many cases, the trainees leave with employment. Those 4 weeks of intensive soft skills make a huge difference because we talk about attitude, we talk about teamwork, we talk about conflict management. Some of the very issues that we all struggle with on a daily basis. And I think we all recognize that. But at this juncture, I also want to highlight what's going on in Grand Bahama as well, because Iona's also working with our Grand Bahama manager, Kenneth Miller, and Forbes out of Grand Bahama, cohort 18, doing this exact thing at this exact time on the island of Grand Bahama.
Wow.
And also to mention Christabel Sanders. While we do not have cohorts in Exuma, Christabel goes into the high schools and is offering, I think right now it's 3 high schools, soft skills training at the grade 12 level. So they are 2 given opportunities to get some real world training that's applicable to the workforce and to life in general.
Yeah, I love that, and that's so important. I feel like it's something that everyone should take part in at the end of high school. I mean, I just think that that's just something that should be straight across the board, especially here in the Bahamas, right? Because I feel like individuals at the end of the day, we're all tourism ambassadors, and so, you know, these skills are just so important, right? I find that that's just so necessary. So I want you to tell me a little bit about when someone comes into the program, do they come sort of enthusiastic, ready to learn, or do you feel like you have to kind of pull them along and there's some effort that has to go into that a little bit?
well, let's be honest, just like anywhere, there are different types of people who are coming in. There are those who are there because they feel they have to be there. There are those who are there because, oh my God, if nothing else, this is where I want to be.
Right.
And there are those who say, well, let me see how it happens, what happens. But for those persons you say that, let's talk about those who are excited. I spoke to a young lady just a couple of days ago, and she was saying, Ms. Hepburn, I left a job to be here because I always wanted to be a teacher. So we do the Teacher's Aid program also at the end. It's one of our job readiness job training. And so she said, I left the job just to be here because I always wanted to do that. She herself, I saw the excitement, I saw the motivation. So they are the success stories that we want. We want people to see that NTA really helps you go to the next level. If for whatever reason you miss a step at somewhere in the past.
Okay.
And I also want to speak to the parents' response to this as well. And you must come to our next graduation.
Yes.
There are parents who literally are moved to tears because, and in some instances, persons might have given up hope on what their children will amount to in this world. But to see their children now walking proudly at the conclusion of an intensive 14 weeks of training, and it is not easy.
Yeah.
It is not easy to do, and to see the discipline, because they also know that if they are late twice, they're expelled from the program.
Wow.
If they have 2 unexcused absences, they're expelled from the program.
Yeah.
And Ione is insisting that they present as if they are already in the workplace, because
And that's how it should
that's
be,
the
right?
design.
That's exactly
the
how it should
intent.
be.
So
Yeah.
they are held to workplace standards.
Yes.
Because we are not a school. We are not a school. We partner with industry providers to work with trainees on real world on real world expectations and skill sets, so that when they step away from their intensive training, they're really ready. It's plug and play.
Yes.
They're ready. We
Ready
are
to
now
go.
in discussion with an amazing organization, and we're planning, under the leadership of Ione,
Okay.
an amazing career fair
That's awesome.
that
Well,
will be dedicated exclusively, and I know it's time maybe to wrap up, exclusively, because we're just getting started
I
in a row
know.
here. But it is dedicated exclusively, this particular set, to our graduates.
Okay.
And that will also happen on Grand Bahama.
Awesome. I love that. So we are out of time, but just tell us,
We
where can people
are?
find you? I know we have to have you all back on. Where can we find you if someone wants to sign up really quickly?
Well, definitely you can go online to ntabahamas.org.
Okay, awesome.
And of course, you can also just come to us. We are in Gladstone Road and Munnings Road.
Okay.
So Munnings Drive, I think it is. Just show up, tell us what you want. We have another cohort in
And
September.
you were there. Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
I think we should open a bank account for Bradley.
Why? We already have enough bank accounts.
Well, with the boy of age now, he should start learning how to protect his own money.
Protection. At a bank? We can protect our money right in our house.
Mommy, banks have deposit insurance. It'll protect all of your deposits if a bank fails, all the way up to $50,000.
We have deposit insurance?
Yes, by simply opening an account with a bank or credit union that's a member of the Deposit Insurance Corporation. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if the bank or credit union fails, right? But don't worry. Payouts to depositors will be made promptly.
Insurance is important, and your Bahamian dollar deposits are protected by the Deposit Insurance Corporation.
Okay. Let's go open that account.
To learn more, visit our website at www.dic.bs for more information.
In terms of what is unique about Eleuthera, as somebody that wasn't born and bred here and has only been here for a little while, I find it incredibly unique that it's possible to have beaches and oceans and things as beautiful as this that are as unpopulated as this. And it's something that is tremendously eye-opening and important to people who come here. The other thing that struck me from the day that I got to this island was how unbelievably warm, welcoming and friendly Bahamian people are. So that for me is what's unique and what needs to remain that way is that we don't overpopulate and growth, but balanced with conservation.
This segment is brought to you by Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature.
Welcome back. Menopause is a natural phase of life that marks the end of a woman's reproductive years. And this morning we are joined by Dr. Inga Pratt. She's an obstetricianist and gynecologist, and she's here to talk about menopause. Good morning. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So, hot topic, menopause. Tell us, what is it? When does it start?
And literally, it's a hot topic, literally. So, menopause is essentially when the ovaries, which are the female reproductive organs, begin to decrease their production. So you have decreased female hormones. And so I'm so excited about the teachers in the Bahamas, they teach all women about estrogen and progesterone, so everyone knows about those. So those hormones begin to fluctuate and then they decrease. So that causes a stoppage of your menstrual cycle or your period, as we call it. So once your period stops, you're considered to be in the menopause. So it's no longer menopause, it's now the menopause because it's a big deal.
Okay. And at what age does this happen? Because I hear that women as early as 40 could possibly, be in menopause.
So the average age is about age 51.
Okay.
In Caribbean women, it tends to be a little bit earlier at about age 49 or so. The range tends to be 44 to 52, but there are women who experience menopause from 39, 40s. We don't really call it menopause then because we call it ovarian failure, but basically it's a similar situation.
Okay. And why does that happen? Why is it that it could be earlier in some and later in others?
So it's various factors. So it could be genetic, it could be our environment, our diet. So all those things play a factor in menopause. Also, too, sometimes as physicians, we could cause menopause as well. So when we do surgical procedures that remove the ovaries or certain medications, they could impact ovarian function. So all those things impact when menopause can occur.
Okay. So just to go on that, because I want to be clear. So with that, then if somebody has some sort of a procedure done, do we call and they're not able to have kids anymore? Do we call that menopause at that point?
It's still technically menopause.
Okay.
So the ovarian function is not there, so it's considered to be menopause. We call it surgical menopause, but it's still menopause.
Okay. And then there's stages of menopause, right? Because there's the premenopausal phase, and then there's menopause. You have some people talking, at a young age saying, I'm feeling hot flashes. So tell us, what's the stage?
I personally feel like I'm perimenopausal. So there's several stages. So premenopausal just means you're not in menopause as yet. So, you're in your 30s, living your best life, you're premenopausal. Perimenopausal is the period where you're heading towards menopause. Your ovarian function begins to fluctuate a bit. Periods may become a little bit irregular, a little bit of mood swings. You may experience some of the symptoms, but some people may be perimenopausal and they may not know until they've actually gone through the menopause. Menopause is when you haven't had your period for an entire 12-month period. And then postmenopausal is that period when all the symptoms sort of settle and you're beyond the menopause.
Wow. So 12 months. So,
Yes.
sometimes you have individuals that may say, okay, I've missed my period this month. And then, of course, the first thing they do is go out and get the pregnancy test. Please do it. Get the pregnancy test. So if they miss it a second month, should they be thinking, maybe I'm in the menopausal phase?
So there are a lot of causes sometimes of irregular periods, but if you go several months in succession and no cycle, then potentially you are menopausal. But I would reach out to my healthcare provider to have a discussion at that point.
Okay. And then when someone does get into menopause, I mean, there's some things that happens, right? There's some changes that happens. I think they said that, it could be, or premenopausal, I guess they said it could be, shorter or longer, heavier or lighter. Tell us a little bit about that.
So symptoms can be subdivided into sort of like vasomotor, which would be the category where you have your hot flashes and menstrual irregularities or shortened periods or sometimes even longer periods, sometimes spotting are a part of that. So that's expected. You could also have emotional symptoms. That's where the mood swings, those mood changes, the anxiety, difficulty sleeping, and then you also have urogenital. Urogenital just means, your vaginal area, your bladder area. So you could have some vaginal dryness, changes in your libido, difficulties having intercourse. So it's a huge spectrum of symptoms. So not everyone has them, but you can't even count the symptoms that could be associated with menopause.
Wow. So you just don't know what to expect.
Yes.
It's literally like
definitely.
changing life, as
Yes.
people normally call it, right?
Exactly.
Wow. And so I want to talk a little bit, you talked about like the vaso implications, right? The vasomotor. So that's when the blood vessels constrict and then you become hot, right? Tell us a little bit more about that.
So essentially what happens is the hormones help to keep all of our vessels nice and lush, and it keeps blood pumping everywhere, and that includes to all of the superficial cells in our body as well as the cells in our vaginal area. So when that blood supply changes, then you develop sort of like those constrictive symptoms. You could have hot flushes or what we call hot flashes as well.
Okay. And I mean, I can imagine that this definitely affects intimacy, right? Because you talked also about the dryness, you talked about the irritability. So tell me, how does this affect intimacy?
So it goes, I tell people it could happen from head to toe. So your mood is going to be a lot different. So, you know, how you relate to your partner is going to become huge. It's going to be hard to become intimate if, you know, you're short-tempered, if, you know, your attitude completely changes or evolves. Also, the vaginal dryness plays a huge part in that because the vagina literally changes. It looks different. So that's where vaginal moisturizers come into play. So the same moisturizers that, you know, we use moisturizers on our faces, women, there are moisturizers formulated for the vagina that helps to keep our vagina nice and lush and moist. And then lubrication is also very important in the menopausal women.
Okay. And do these things have to be prescribed, or do ladies, I mean, how does an individual go about getting these particular items?
So a lot of them are available online. So we're in 2025, the information age. So a lot of products are available online. The only challenge sometimes is getting them, because if we find a product that works really, really well, we're going to get a 6-month supply.
Right.
So, and then we have to find what's best for us. So what might work for me may not work for you. So it's balancing that. But these things are readily available and over the counter.
Okay. And at what point should an individual see their gynecologist if they're experiencing any of these hot flashes or symptoms? When do we come to you?
I advise coming right away, because it's important to determine that definitely this is being caused by potentially menopausal symptoms, and make sure that it's not caused by anything else. And then we can definitely alleviate a lot of your symptoms.
Wow. I mean, this is such a hot topic.
It is
like
hot,
you said.
literally.
A hot topic. I mean, we definitely have to have you back to talk a little bit more. But thank you so much. It's been really, really informative.
My pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
We know how important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts.
Now, what's beautiful about Harbor Island is in 2019, a group of community leaders came together and they said, one of the challenges was human resources. And we said we wanted to be able to fill that gap and address that need. And so since 2019, you will see that we launched the Harbor Island Trade School, and we've run 10 cohorts in Harbor Island. We've been able to train 225 students to date with an investment from the Harbor Island community of $620,000.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Tamika Cartwright. It's the mid-show. I'm so happy that you stuck with us. We had a great first half of the show. We had an exciting segment with the team from the National Training Agency, and also a very informative session from Dr. Inga Pratt on menopause. We've got another great half coming up because the QC Comets are here, and it's all about the green scene. So I'm excited to talk to them a little bit later. But don't forget, we have our Bahamas Business business outlook that's happening in Eleuthera. Make sure that you join us for that. You can visit the tclevents.com in order to find out more information. That's happening on April 3rd and April 4th. We hope to see you all there. But before all of that, let's take a look at weather with Mr. Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Tammy. Good morning, Bahamas. Your second look at weather at sunrise. Have a little weak ridge across the islands. Just give us some dry, stable, warm temperatures over the next couple of days with some gentle breezes. Then we have another cool front moving in here sometime on Monday, late morning across Grand Bahama and across New Providence late night into Tuesday morning. That'll bring with some showers and a possible thunderstorm, particularly with the extreme northwest Bahamas in the vicinity of Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini. In your marine forecast today, those winds southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas. Those winds falling lighter and variable at times. East to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. On Saturday, they continue southeasterly at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet northwest and central Bahamas. East to southeast at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet over the southeastern islands. And then on Sunday, southeast to south at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet northwest Bahamas. East to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. So we have a caution posted over the northwest Bahamas come Sunday ahead of that cold front. Your tides. You can expect a high tide at 8:59 this morning. Your next low tide will be at 3:04 this afternoon. High gain tonight at 9:19. Sunset 7:18 this evening. Rising more at 7:19. UV index 8. Your water temperature 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase, full moon. Your extended look. Lovely weekend start weather-wise. That high moves across the islands, but should shift towards the east, making it a cold front on Sunday. Those winds will pick up behind that cold front with a slight cool down come Tuesday and Wednesday. We warm again for the remainder of next week. The temperature daytime will be in the low 80s, at night time in the upper 60s. That puts around your fall look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Tammy.
Welcome back. The Queens College Comets has emerged as the winner of the 2025 Bahamas Association of Independent Secondary Schools BAISS Track and Field Championships. And this morning, I am here joined by Sondre Horbs. She's the QC Athletics Director, and Everett Fraser, the QC Athletics head coach, and of course, the QC athletes. QC Comets! Hey, we've got the energy in the house. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. It's so exciting to have you all here. We want to go just down the line very, very quickly. Tell us your name, what area you took part in, okay? Very quickly, let's go.
My name is Jemiah Roll and I took part in hurdles.
My name is Anae Maki. I'm team captain.
My name is Kaylee Davis. I took part in the 4x1, 1 and 2.
My name is Leviticus and I took part in the 8.
My name is Eric Fraser. I took part in the relays.
My name is Akari Roberts. I took part in the 800, 1500, and the 4x4.
My name is Jasmine Smith, and I'm the co-captain of the softball team.
All right, let's go right here.
My name is Tasia Stubbs. I took part in the under 20 javelin.
My name is Daniel Roll. I'm head captain of the boys basketball team, and I took part in discus, shot put, and triple jump.
Zion Miller, team captain for 4x4.
Zion Davis, 400 hurdles, 110 hurdles, and the 4x4.
Ishmael Roll, 100, 200, and 4x1.
Nathan Walker, 400, 4 hurdles, and triple jump.
Andrew Brown, 200, 4x1 and 4x4.
Ethan North, javelin and high jump.
Thank you so much for introducing yourself. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, these are some record breakers here. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I want to go over to the coaches. Of course, we can't have a fabulous team without the coaches. So, Ms. Hobbs, tell us a little bit about your job in coaching these individuals.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. My name is Sandra Hobbs. I'm the head of the physical education department. I'm just so proud of the Queens College family because at Queens College we work together, and the teamwork has proven to the entire world that QC is a leading school, not just in academics, but in the performing arts and also athletics. So I'm so proud of the entire Queens College family.
I love that. Awesome, awesome. And over to you, Mr. Fraser. Tell us a little bit about what it's like coaching this amazing team.
Listen, it's amazing, but it could be stressful as well. And when you have to deal with over 150 kids coming together as a team, it can be a little difficult, but it's good. When you see the talent they bring out, and when they go in action, it's a whole different story, and plus the passion that they have.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I love that. And where do you think that passion comes from? You just got that QC pride, right?
Yes, that
QC pride, that hustle. I love that. And you all broke some records, right? Well, first of all, I mean, the score was 1,344. I think it was about 45 off from SAC that placed second, so congratulations on that. The last time you all had a win was in 2019, so I'm sure you all were super excited to be able to cheer your team on and just have this win, right? Yes. Awesome stuff. All right, and then we have, I think it was Nabby, she won the, or she broke a record actually, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
She broke the record in high jump. She's very talented. She is one of the most talented kids on the team as well. And we have a lot of those. We have a lot of kids who did break the record and who are talented. But she could probably go a little higher. But we were trying to save her legs for the relays and her events as well. So
right, okay.
You know, it's just management now.
Listen to the coach, right? The coach like, oh, she's gonna go a little bit higher. I love that. I love that. And then we also have Zion Davis. Is Zion Davis here? Yes, Zion, we want to hear from you. You also broke a record too, right? Tell us a little bit about that. Hurdles? Hurdles it is, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell us about that experience.
It was a good experience. Last year I wanted to break it, but I wasn't able to achieve that goal, and I was just grateful that I was able to achieve that goal this year.
Okay, so what's next for you?
To go into Crifter Charles at the same mindset.
I love that. I love that. Congratulations. Awesome stuff. And then we also have the boys 4x1. You also broke a record too. Where's the 4x1 team? Let's see you guys. All right, awesome. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
It was a good experience for me, because when I get the baton for a second leg from Everett, I didn't feel confident going in. One of our teammates didn't yell, but he did well on this leg, which inevitably get us the win.
Okay, awesome. And you're also on the team as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell us, which leg did you run?
I ran third leg.
Third leg. Is that like a difficult one?
I mean, it's all right.
Okay.
It's all right, I'd say. You know,
tell us about your experience running that race.
You know, me being like left-handed, it was difficult. But you know, with practice, I was able to catch it in my right hand and give it on to the ankle leg.
Okay, I mean, I remember running BAISS like years ago, and I mean, that fumble, right? Some people fumble with that, and that could cause you a race, obviously, yeah?
Of course.
Okay, all right. And who ran the last leg?
Andrew Brown.
Okay, let's hear about that. I know that's an intense one, right? Pressure.
That's fine. It was a good experience. I came there knowing we get to do it. Our goal was to break the record, so when I realized that they set me up good, I just had to hold my own and make sure that we came on with the goal on our record.
I love that. And who's the other person? Who's the fourth person? Oh, okay, he's not here. All right, well, congratulations to you all. Well done. And there was co-captain. Captain? Yes, softball?
Co-captain, yes.
Okay, tell us about your experience of being the captain of the team.
It's like a family with the softball team, so it's very exciting to work with the team, practice with them every day, and then play the games. And I just love my team.
Oh, I can feel that. I can feel the love. I feel the love. And then Keely, is Keely here? Kaylee's not here, but Kaylee also won the under girls javelin throw as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, awesome. I mean, so what's next for the team? I want to hear, someone was playing basketball, right? Who's my basketball person? Right here. Tell us a little bit about that experience for you. There you go.
It was fun. Most definitely wouldn't trade it for the world. I give all the glory and honor to God for allowing us to make it that far, considering our circumstances, you know. But just in general with all the sports at Queens College, like Jasmine said, it's a family. Like, we do it because we love the sport, we love the game, and we love our school. So just to be able to make it that far was something I wouldn't trade.
I love that. Aw, that's awesome. And let's bring it over to the front. Let's see. Okay, so tell us about what it is that you play.
Okay, I took part in hurdles, and going into the meet, I had experienced a few nicks in my hamstrings. I wasn't as confident, but after talking to the team and everybody brought confidence into each other, it really helped me get through my race.
Okay, and you got to be able to like jump high over those things,
yes,
right? Oh my gosh, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And over here, tell us about your experience.
I competed in the javelin senior division. I mean, just being able to go out there and compete is a blessing in itself, so I'm super grateful to God for that. I'm super proud also just of the team and everybody who came out and supported and was able to put their best foot forward. That day I know I could have done a little bit better, but I still was able to break the record, so.
That's
still good
awesome.
performance.
That's awesome. All right, let's move it on over to you. I want to hear from you. Tell us a little bit about what your experience has been like.
Well, as a team captain, it was an honor to lead the younger kids. I always told them, just follow the senior leads. We'll set the standards, and you guys followed, and they did exactly that. So I'm extremely proud of them. In my event, shot put under 20, it was amazing. I was able to leave my mark and break the record and set a new record for Queens College. So I'm just happy and grateful to be able to be in this type of situation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to know that you are listening to superstars here. I can see these individuals going extremely far in the athletics field, but I want to talk a little bit about to you as well. Tell us about your experience.
I did the 4x1 and the 1 and the 2. My team did come first, and I was super grateful for that, as this being my last BISS. In the 100, I came second. On 200, I came third. With the team overall, we just really wanted it this year, so I was happy that we was able to do that through God.
Okay, all right, let's bring it on over. Anyone else from the back that I haven't heard from? Okay, let's move it on right over to you. I want to hear from you. Tell us about your experience.
My experience on the team this year was like a family. We all came together and we saw a goal and we had a same mindset and we did it.
Okay, I love that. And right over to this young lady right here. Tell us about what area you played in.
I ran the 800, the 1500, and the 4x4.
Ooh, I have a son that runs those races, so I know the intensity, but I want you to tell us about the intensity because you got to pace yourself, but then you got to sprint too, right? At some point. So tell us about that.
My experience was good. I feel like I could have do a lot better, but
did what you had to do.
Yes.
All right. And then over to the back. Did I hear from you? I don't think I heard from you, right? Okay. Tell us a little bit about your experience.
My experience was good. I've been in QC all my life, and I've been waiting for the opportunity to represent my school and win a BISS track and field championship. I participated in the under 20 boys javelin, and I came first, and I'm just glad I was able to help my team get the victory.
I love that. Well done to you. Anyone we didn't hear from? Anybody? No one's hiding out in the back? Right here. I don't think I heard from you. All right. Tell us about your experience.
You participated in the 4 hurdles and the triple jump. Last BISS, it wasn't good. I took a terrible fall over the last hurdle, but this year I just came back with a different mindset. I was able to come second in the 4 hurdles and win the triple jump.
I love that. Well, congratulations to all of you. I want to talk again to the coaches. I mean, what's the strategy for getting the team to be a winning team? What is that?
Well, right now, they'll tell you, when I talk to them, it's more family. Track and field is more of an individual sport, so everybody's selfish. But for BISS, I had to get everybody to know that, hey, that's your brother, that's your sister, and you have to fight for them. Yeah. And everybody came through when we went to the meet. You know, they was accountable. Even my seniors, they know they had to lead the little kids. I call them the babies, they're the bantams. And they just got to lead by example. So I think they did their job. As a family, we came together as one, and you see what happened.
Yes.
Team will make the dream work. So they did well. And I was very proud of them.
Okay.
And just to add to what Coach Fraser said, at QC, we're a family. Our student body, I want to give a big shout out to our entire student body. The students, they work hard and they are committed. We are a talented group, but they work hard and they are committed. Our parents, very supportive. Our staff, administrators, cheerleaders, supporters, and our coaches. We have the best coaches, I could say that. We have the best coaches in the country. Our coaches are committed. They know how to bring out the best in the students for them to maximize their potential, and that's why we do so well. And to God be the glory, we are grateful.
I love that, I love that. I wanted you to tell us a little bit about the actual athletics program at the school.
At the school, we have a very good physical education program, and I must give thumbs up to my physical education team. 6 of us, Coach Fraser, 7, Coach Fraser, Coach Bruni, Coach Cooper, Coach McDonald, Coach Smith, Coach Seymour, and myself. We have a good PE program where we expose our students to all the different sporting activities, and there we could identify talents and send them to training.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
so I think our sporting program combined with our coaches, that's what helped us to excel.
I love that. So what's next for the QC Comets?
Well, we have nationals next week.
Okay.
And then we're probably taking a small team, to pen relays. That's probably the next thing after nationals. So, but nationals, like I said, I try to manage the kids properly and good so they could last throughout the season. And we know that curve is coming. So we got to make sure the kids don't get, in track and field, it's a high risk of getting hurt, injuries and things like that. So making sure they get their rest and don't overdo themselves. So after BAISS for the school, nationals for the kids.
Okay.
So that's how I let them.
Now, I know usually when we hear BAISS, I mean, all the schools do great. I mean, congratulations, obviously, to all the other schools that took part, but there seems to be this rival between QC and SAC. It's like red and green, red and green. I feel like it usually comes down to like the last minutes of the BAISS. You never know who's going to win, so it's always hype. Tell us a little bit about that rivalry.
Well, listen, the rivalry helps the sport. And we know that it's always going to be either red or green, I mean, for the most part. But the other schools are coming up. Temple Christian, St. John's, they are playing a big part in BAISS because now it isn't sometimes the red don't win or the green don't win. Sometimes they'll win a race. And, it helps. It helps in the competition. And that rivalry helps bring out the best in the kids and the coaches and the school.
Okay.
So it helps motivate us to do better.
Okay, I love that. And since you're holding the mic, I'm going to ask you for you, what's that rivalry like when you're out there as an athlete?
I really love the competition, and it drives me to push harder and compete my race to the best of my ability.
Okay, I love that. And I want to just go over to you. Tell me a little bit about just, the support of family and friends and the QC environment. Tell us about that and how that, kind of propels you to this particular level.
Yes, it's very helpful to know that your QC family is cheering you on, so it makes you want to do your best, especially how QC is very big on celebrating the people who have achievements, so it's very pushing to do your best.
Okay, I love that. Anything else anyone else wants to share? Maybe tell us about what it's like to be a good athlete. Who has the mic? Someone at the back has a mic, right? Let's see. Yes? Okay. All right, right there. Tell us about what it means to be a good athlete, or, for individuals that may be wanting to come up and be in your shoes. Go ahead.
With track and field, it's mostly about discipline and trusting yourself and your coaches. I feel like anyone could go out there once they have the mindset and the passion to go out there and compete. It's an event where you have to go out there and focus on yourself, but you still have to come together at the end of the day and be a team for relays. So you really have to focus on yourself and wanting to attack your goals.
Okay,
So,
I love that. I love that. Well, congratulations to all of you superstar athletes. I'm excited about, to hear about you all in the future. And next year, who's going to be winning BAISS? QC. Hey, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to do, I know you guys had that little chant, right? It's QC Comets. Hey, Comets are in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you've enjoyed our segment. Congratulations to all of you. We'll be right back.
Focal Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. Focal is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. Focal's leadership remains focused on superior customer service and operational excellence across all sectors. Focal, fueling growth for people.
For over half a century, we've been more than just an airline. We've been a bridge, connecting families, dreams, and memories across the islands and beyond. Behind every seat sold and every journey planned, there's a dedicated team committed to making air travel affordable and accessible to everyone. At Bahamas Air, we're not just building connections, we're building a safe and dependable airline where quality service is paramount and an excellent travel experience is our priority. Wherever you're going, We're here to take you there with care, with heart, and with the promise of unforgettable journeys. We are family, and just like family, we're committed to taking care of our own. Your Bahamas Air is our Bahamas Air, because here at Bahamas Air, we don't just fly here, we live here.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
While we welcome foreign investment, we need to find a way to ensure that local Bahamians, our children, and my grandchildren will have a way to purchase and remain here, not be pushed on the side.
Thank you, Godfrey. There's growing concern as a measles outbreak has been reported in Texas, raising alarms about the risk of infectious diseases spreading in our region. With cases on the rise, many are wondering how this may impact the Bahamas and the Caribbean. And so joining me now is Dr. Carlos Thomas, our good pediatrician friend at Pediatric Associates Bahamas. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Always lovely to be here.
Yes, always a pleasure having you in the studio. So let's dive right in. What exactly is measles and how serious can it be?
Measles is a viral infection. It's one of the most contagious diseases known to man today. The vaccine has been around for a very long time. And in the year 2000, the United States considered measles to be eradicated, meaning no endemic cases, maybe just people coming in.
Right.
Sadly, over the years, vaccine rates have started to decline for varying reasons. And now we're seeing a resurgence of measles. So in the South Plains area of Texas, since late January until this past Friday, they have identified 90 cases of measles, the majority of them being in children. In fact, 85% of those cases are in the under 17 years age group, and 28%, more than 1 in 4, are children under age 5 years. It's pretty serious.
How does measles present itself symptomatically? What is it that you would be looking out for?
It shares some symptoms with other viral illnesses, but they include very high fever, clear runny nose, pain in general, headaches, cough, a rash all over, and very, very contagious. So if someone walked into the room we're sitting in with measles, if we were not vaccinated, even after a few minutes, there's a 90% chance of transmission.
Wow.
So it's passed on through respiratory route, through coughing, sneezing, secretions from the mouth and nose. And the viruses can remain suspended in the air or on surfaces for up to 2 hours after a person leaves.
Wow. This is kind of reminding me of when everybody was first getting into COVID and realizing how it spreads and what you would need to do. In terms of it, the risk of it spreading here to the Bahamas, how would that happen and how is our vaccination rates? Are we at risk?
Someone gets on a plane from Texas to come to the Bahamas for vacation and they're carrying measles, then the plane is affected if you're unvaccinated. We used to boast upwards of 97% vaccine rate in the late 1900s, early 2000s. I don't know what the numbers are now, but I know they've declined. And so that's great. That's a great public health concern for us.
Right. Can persons carry the measles virus and be asymptomatic and they know that they're not affected?
Initially, yes. You're actually infectious even 4 days before the rash comes on.
Wow.
So, and up to 4 days after it disappears. So yes, in that sense, before you become extremely ill, you may be infectious. But if you have measles, you'll be sick.
What's the typical treatment? I know once I hear viral infection, I just think you got to let it run its course. But what's the treatment for measles?
There's no specific treatment. You treat the symptoms, the fever, the runny nose. But it's not only serious because of the immediate impact, but there are consequences. You can have encephalitis, which is brain inflammation. That can affect the way you function cognitively, the way you think and read and understand. You can be deaf. You can have seizures.
Wow.
It's a very serious condition. And of the 90 patients that were reported, 16 of them were hospitalized.
Wow.
So it's a pretty serious condition. We have to do everything we can to make sure we get the word out that vaccines are important.
And I would guess that with other illnesses, that the vulnerable parts of our population, young children, elderly, and those who already have some predisposed conditions.
Well said. The very young, the very old, pregnant women, and any other persons who are immunocompromised for whatever reason, be it uncontrolled diabetes and so on.
So what can we do? I'm sure we don't want to strap on masks and spray down the room every time we walk in. So how can we better protect ourselves?
The vaccine is very effective. If you have had 2 vaccines, you're more than 97% protected for life.
Right.
So the first vaccine is given in our region around age 1. In some countries where it's endemic, they start at 9 months. And as of April 2019 in the Bahamas, we, like our European counterparts, give the second vaccine 3 months later at age 15 months to make sure there's a good protection for the younger, vulnerable age group.
And I remember getting those vaccination shots when I was a child. Is that mandatory in our school system, or?
It's mandatory in the public school systems.
Right.
Yes, certainly.
Right. So we got to, look out for the symptoms. Make sure that our children are vaccinated. If you see somebody coughing with a high fever, stay away from them.
Yes.
Should we again be concerned that someone's going to hop on a plane and we're going to have a measles outbreak here in the Bahamas?
We should be very concerned. I want to change the order in which you said.
Yeah.
The first thing is vaccinate.
Yes.
The next thing is be aware around it. If you're vaccinated, you're protected. But you may have elderly people who around you, very young, who are not yet vaccinated. If you have a young infant, for example, a few months old, and you bring measles home, that child's risk of getting is very, very high because they're unprotected.
Right. And when some people hear the word vaccine, some are a little skeptical. I know especially after COVID, and there was a lot of discussions about vaccines. Just explain to us, I guess, briefly about the measles vaccine and why we should take it.
We should take it because it's safe and it's effective. The way vaccines work is you are injected with a small amount of solution that causes your body to respond and make a protein called antibodies. And in the case of measles, our understanding is that these antibodies are lifelong, and they serve as our protection against future possible exposure.
So we don't need to worry about the vaccine turning us into something else or having some long-term damage, because we want to be able to be sure we're protecting vulnerable parts of our population, right?
Yes.
Good. And so, once again, if I am a parent or I have somebody in my family, what are the symptoms I should look out for that would say this is measles versus the typical flu?
Very high fever, cough, runny nose, a rash all over, a very, very ill appearing. You will not see a child with measles running around. They'll be very sick, very ill, lethargic, unwell, not eating.
Right. And if we wanted to get the vaccine, where do we find it?
You can get it at any of our public health facilities and any of the private physicians available.
Perfect. And if we wanted to bring our kid to come get checked out with you at your office, how can people find you?
I'm on Collins Avenue in Caves Village, Pediatric Associates.
All right. We always learn so much when you come on the show. So we need to be aware about what's happening in Texas. But the advice, get vaccinated, be aware, protect those around you.
Be wise,
there you go.
Immunize.
Ah, there you go. Be wise, immunize. I like that. Yeah. Dr. Thomas, appreciate you as always.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Continue to do the great work that you do.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Be wise, immunize. You hear that? We can be right back.
Man, I thought retirement would have slowed you down.
It's the island life, son. Living in paradise.
Must be nice. Can't wait until it's my turn, if that day ever comes.
My financial planner has provided me with solutions for my future. Pension, retirement, and even property management.
So who helped you with all this?
Let's go, son. Do my mouth.
What's Leno?
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, Things that fit just right and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
The people that are looking at Eleuthero, the Cove, the Chang family who put in that money, you look at Bruce and Hans with Port Larch and Le Bougainvillea and French Leave, Rock Sound and the Jacks Bay, we're getting a lot of money coming in here, and so the growth of what I see, and especially in Governor's Harbour with the people who are going to create something amazing at the old Club Med site, I think it's just going to stimulate and build this island into something amazing. I think it'll be the #1 island as a destination.
And I hope he's still down there. I mean, I could hear you. Are you there now?
That's going to do it here for us on Bahamas at Sunrise. But before we go, make sure that you remember to check out beach soccer. That is happening. Make sure that you attend that. Our team, Bahamas, has made the semifinals. So Saturday at the beach stadium. It's going to be right down at the PI dock. So make sure that you go and you see that. It's going to be super, super fun. Also, we have a musical tribute that's happening for Peanuts Taylor. Make sure you attend that as well. That's happening at St. Paul's. That's at Lyford Key at 7 p.m. on Friday the 14th. Make sure you see that, Friday the 14th of March. And also, we had the QC Comets in the house. They are celebrating big, big wins, and they have a week of celebrations. They've got their Comet Fest that's happening on Saturday, and they also have a worship service happening on Sunday. And then it's going to be Green Week from the 17th to the 21st. Lots of fun. There's also no homework happening, and on the 31st, they have a day off. So wonderful things happening down there at QC. They even have a motorcade as well happening. So